Morning chat. Morning. Lots to get through today. Hope you're doing good. Hopefully you've all rested, recovered, feeling good to be on the charts this morning. Make sure you're going through your morning checklist. Are you fit and able to trade? If you were on tilt yesterday, maybe you want to stay away from today, or maybe just size down or play sim, or whatever you need to do. But do not be coming to the charts with tilt. Make sure you're going through your checklist before we do anything else. Okay, so starting off on the daily, right? On the daily. Weeklies, we can see Monday set our low of week. Tuesday set the range. Wednesday was basically inside of the range. Yesterday, we dipped down into the weekly range, held a key level, RBS, found bids late in the day. Anyone who was trading with me yesterday will know I said this felt very much like a trap. The way they walked it down was very, very, very controlled. I would have loved that trap to play out today, but they did it right at the close, just ripped it all the way up. And now we're gapping up. All right, so what are we watching? Well, we're watching previous day's highs. Obviously, we have some supply up there, and we're watching this level here, 420s. All right, 420s for me will remain key. 420s to 400s. Don't really want to see us revisit those previous day lows if we're going to be bullish. If we're going to be bearish, sure, happy to look at something like that, and that would mean this will be a two-leg. And if we get stuck here, then maybe there's a rotation, and a rotation maybe later next week as well. But let's just take one day at a time. We want to be slightly cautious today because both things are available, and we can see that really well on the hourly chart. So just bring your focus to this. Again, I just want you to think about what we've done so far on the week. All right, here is Monday. This is why I'm slightly concerned. There's the bounce from Monday. Here's the pullback. There's the drive up. Okay, this can still be a two-leg that failed. This RBS level remains key. Now, the reason why I don't think we're going to have a failure is simply because of that reaction off the RBS. Yesterday, it felt like this was a trap coming down into here, and then a big reaction back into supply. So these are your over-under levels right now. If we zoom in right here, all right, you can basically say that Globex has gone sideways after we've done that move. We're boxed in right here, okay? To be bullish, what would I like to be bullish? Well, I'd probably want some kind of wick down here that then reclaims the range, gives me something to risk off to trade back into here, and then I'd be runners for a breakout of here. To be bearish, what would I look for? Well, I'd look for a breakdown, a retest that stays heavy, and a rotation, and I'd be covering some straight away down into here because I don't know if they then trap. And if we get a breakdown underneath previous day's lows, then I feel pretty good about it. At that point, I think, as long as we don't recover, there's a bigger rotation to be had all the way back down into this pool of liquidity. All right, we know there's strong buyers down there. We know them because they showed themselves earlier in the week, didn't they? All right, so we have to be slightly cautious. If we just gap up at the open, what are the options? Well, if we just rip up like we have done recently, we all have to wait for that pullback to test this Globex. If we hold Globex, maybe we look for a long. It's risky because we know this is strong supply. All right, this is where we broke down from. We think about these up close candles. There was the failed breakout. This is the first test of that level. We know this is supply. We've got to respect it. But if we get up and over and hold, maybe there's, talk of a squeeze back up to here, potentially. Also need to be aware of what? Failed breakout. All right, which might come back to the bottom side of the range. If it wants to do this all day and do stuff like this, it can. I really want to buy, if I'm going to buy, something which breaks down under here and then reclaims it. All right, that's going to be the easiest buy for me. If I'm going to sell, I really need to see a failed breakout which rejects it and then offers some form of trend, and I want to be covering some into here. I want to be getting most of my money off into here. We'll hold runners. If we take up previous day low, then we can think about moving lower, but not till that point. All right, so it is kind of a see money, take money environment. Why? Because there's your high, there's your low, and here we are in between this range. All right, so there's not that much edge. We know buyers are in control here, sellers are in control here. We're slap bang in the middle, so we've got to let it build out. All right, have to let it build out. You can see that even more on this volume profile. So this is previous day's volume profile, the one to the left. There's your value area high, there's value area low. No acceptance under here, no acceptance over here. Overnight, value area high, value area low, point of control remains in the same place. We are just tightening in here right now. All right, lots of volume in here, getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. At some point, someone's going to win. All right, and they want to come test these areas first. And if this fails, if it fails on a retest, maybe we come down into here, maybe we hold that and come back up. Right, so I'm very, very, very cautious about starting a new position right now, given how tight this is, and we've got overnight point of control and previous day point of control all right here, which means what? We're in value. All right, buyers and sellers are agreeing on this price. Buyers took control here, sellers took control here. This is now fair value. All right, so want to be slightly cautious coming into this session. You can see the trap that we talked about yesterday, how they just walked it down. This is about as manipulated as you will ever see. All right, take that H4, H1 high and drip 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 and drip. Not once did they take out any level of liquidity. We went over that on stream. So guess what happens end of the day? Hold the RBS, higher low, higher low. Where are we going to go? Thanks very much. We just took all these lot out, you know, in minutes, really, compared to how long that takes to walk down. So understanding that the market does not move like this normally, that is when you know it is being absolutely controlled to do that, because a normal move, right, would be something like this, and then a retest and sweep these guys out, and then maybe down, and then maybe up, and then maybe down, right? It does not walk. All right, this is what I call walking a market down. That is an absolute trap, right? The amount of people who'd have got short end of day looking for the breakdown and got their faces ripped. Okay, so that's what we had. Let's just have a quick look at the MAG and then the VIX while we've got time. So you can see this is the box I'm looking at right now, and I'm looking for a breakout or fail breakout of that box. Okay, let's go to the MAG. Apple, gapping up. Thanks very much. Again, Alex is a very happy boy right now. Alex was buying low 200s. Thanks for playing the game. All right, gapping up looks good. So we're looking left now on Apple. Clear breakout of here. Now we're looking for next structures that we can go and attack. So we're looking for 225s and then 240s, 250s, and 250s all-time high breakout. So playing catch up here on Apple, very nice. So might be due somewhat of a pullback if it wants to come and test back into here, whether that's today or tomorrow, or Monday, I should say. But looking good. Gapping up, holding gains so far. Amazon. Another one I started buying a few days ago. Those in Discord will know. All right, looks great. If we can hold over 220s, we're going to look for that return all the way back up here. All right, so we're trying to complete that move back up. What we need to be aware of is this supply here. So Amazon will be looking to try and get back to 230s right now, but it looks good. Opening up pretty much flat on the day. Goog. Gapping up, but underneath previous day highs. But again, same kind of shape here. All right, there's a walk down, walk down, walk down. Here we go, back up, back up, back up. What's that? Inverted head and shoulder. All right, it's looking to trade upside. So Google looks fairly bullish here. Looks good. Meta, not so good. Gapping up, but let's just zoom out a minute here. Okay, it's trying to hold this kind of range. It needs to really reclaim this to have a shot. It's failed to break out 3 times. So clear supply here, clear demand down here. It's trading near demand. So you'd need to see a reaction off Meta, otherwise it might be a bit weaker today. Microsoft giving back that ginormous gap off earnings. There's your earnings gap. There's walk down. There will be buyers hanging out here, I'm sure. All right, buyers will be hanging out here, looking to participate to go back upside. Nvidia, strong. Same thing as we talked about on, I don't know what it was, maybe Google, right? There's your double bottom, there's your higher low. We're just trying to do this right now on Nvidia, and that will be an all-time high breakout. And Tesla, again, looks good. We talked about that. Holding those low 300s, every dip underneath gets reclaimed. All right, there's your wash. Right now, its job is to try and get up here. 25s and 30s above that, take out 40s and then off to the races. But opening up pretty flat, but inside yesterday's range. So most of the market either opening up flat, there's a slight gap down, but there's nothing in that. Flat or a slight gap up, most of the market. Nvidia, slight gap up. Microsoft, flat. Meta, it's a very slight gap up at the moment. Google, gapping up. Amazon, gapping up. And Apple, gapping up, I'm sure. Yeah. Let's have a look at the VIX. How long we got here? Not too long left. All right, VIX continues to do this same kind of move. Here's your demand structure. All right, that we've been holding since the end of last month. We've come up, we've failed. We're walking it down. We reacted off this demand structure yesterday. We're coming back to it again today. Do we react again today, or do we just start dripping back down into it? Obviously, if we start breaking underneath 16s and going lower, it's going to give the market good buy side pressure today. So we're watching that. We will be watching that today. All right, so overall, kind of a bullish edge, but location not fantastic. You can see that first or second attempt, it should say. Second attempt in supply got failed, so they both did. So there's your push down yesterday. Here's your push up into the close. Here's the first attempt back to supply overnight. It fails. It rotates and holds this low of 500. We have another attempt to go up. So we walk 80 points back up to try and break out. It fails again. So we're coming back down to this level again. So ideally, if we're going to trap bears today, you'd want it underneath some of these levels to reclaim and go upside. And then this would be 1, 2, third attempt. I would expect that to break at that point. If we break this straight at the open and then fail back in, I would be very cautious about thinking about any more longs. So let's just let it play out, folks. Not in a rush. It's Friday morning. Let's just see how we go. I want to end this week nice and positive. Doesn't need to be a big green day. Just mustn't be a big red day going into Friday. Remember, there's nothing worse than taking a big red day into Friday. Let's see who's in chat before we open up. I've got to scroll this down if it will let me. No, thanks. Good morning, Clint, Toby, Jeff, Coop, Miguel, Ken, Jesse, Thumper, Richard, ERF, Ramus, Sergio, Chris, Tibor, Brandon, Raphael, Firewater, Mike, Marek, Calypso, Willa Williams, Hector, Silem, Coop, Christie, Mike Light, Stephen, Eva, Leron, Aga, Lucas, Erendu. All right, do me a favor, smash that like button nice and early. We will do an Apex giveaway today live on stream. One of you can win any account size that you want. All you got to do is hit that like button. If you fancy sharing this stream on your socials, helping it grow, we'll get more likes. We can start giving away more. What's up, Danny? Afternoon for you, is it? Are you in, you must be in Europe then. You're in England or somewhere. All right, watching these previous day POCs and overnight POCs right here. Overnight, we've really just gone sideways. So what I would say is ES did steal that liquidity at the highs. We talked about that in Discord, Coop. So I'm watching that. It did steal it. ES slightly weaker still, has got further to go. And here is the open. So back to view up here at the open. Here's the squeeze. Most of the market opening up green here. Big old squeeze. Through the view up. Do we come and retest the high straight away? Let's get a nice anchor on if you're going to let me, market. Nope. Hopefully that printed. Get one on my Ninja Trader so don't forget. All right, big old squeeze back up to that supply zone. This is the third time visiting, and you can see sellers coming straight back in there. And we just have to see what we get today. All of the market now green. We're just stuck in Globex for now. Like white might be the better color. Okay, so testing, I would say here, holds of 65 will be pretty bullish because that's the sort of overnight value area high. If they hold 65 and go for that rotation, it's probably going to be pretty bullish. And let's get one of these drawn out ready for today. It's only been a minute, but just so we're ready. All right, so rejecting overnight value area high, rejecting that supply, stuck in this Globex box still for now. Feel slightly more bullish until it proves otherwise, but again, we'd like it to take out those lows before we think about going higher, really. We'd like it to come and take out sort of 500s before going higher. That would be the kind thing to do. Whether it does that or not is a whole different ball game, but that would be the kind thing to do. Take one side before making a move for the other. This feels a little bit jumpy. 65s was the edge of overnight value. You're in the UK, Danny. Where in the UK are you, my friend? I'll fly back on Tuesday. George saying price probably down, search for the fair value gap 1 hour. If you go through it, it will go through the fair value gap 4 hour. Yeah, we tapped the 4 hour yesterday. You're talking about a trade into underneath 500, basically all the way down to 433s, which is possible. It's just whether I'm not convinced they go that deep. If they're going to trap, I'm not convinced. But let's see. Like I said, there's both sides to play for right now. And I don't think there's a huge amount of edge in this market given the reaction yesterday. Would have been nice if they left that reaction for today. That would have been really nice. VIX gapping down, coming back towards previous day low, but holding 16s right now. Leeds. Oh, nice. I used to DJ there a lot back in the day. Club Mission. And Reading in Leeds. Radio 1 stage. Good times. Always liked Leeds. Good fun. Trying to think. Early career, probably played Mint Club. I think all the other places were called. Don't even know if that's still around anymore. Okay, back to VWAP. New York Open. Let's just see. Let this build out. Like we said, I'm waiting to see if we come to those 500s and how we act once we get there. And that previous weak point of control. Morning, Paul. Are there any big players on the book? Lots upside into 6s, not much down here. Okay, here looks like we're going to visit these 500s, so this is a good start. Mint's still there, or did you say it is still there? Yeah, Mint is still there. Is Mission still there? Is that gone? That was like more of a student venue. So Apple just gone red, Amazon gone red, Meta gone red, Nvidia gone red, all closing their gaps, but finding bids, as is this market. What are we doing? Yesterday, I found it quite tricky, even watching the tick chart. The push-pull, 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 push-pull being walked was not nice to watch. I've left most of the day. I came back in the afternoon. I did catch that long towards the end of the day in my 250K account. But yeah, did not like the manipulation that's going on in this market right now. The spoofing on the charts was massive. We've now got a seller who's just come in, 700 lot up at 600. Is he legit? I'm going to say probably not based on what we saw yesterday, but time will tell. So reclaiming VWAP, reclaiming New York, stuck. We're still stuck in range. These are the edges of range, orange to orange or blue and red, however you want to look at it. And it's Globex and demand and support or supply and resistance. Yeah, Lee's back in the Prem. He was at 560, you're saying, and then moved. Was this the same player? Got ya. So he's just trying to pull it up. What are we doing, market? This feels very much like yesterday, just an absolute faff. It feels like it wants to go up. It's just very hard to trust it here at the edge of the range. It's the third attempt up here. Mag starting to go green though. Just Apple and Amazon lagging behind a little bit. Really would have liked to seen us take those 500s before we think about anything else. Very cautious about a failed breakout up here. He's up at 600 now. Okay, just need to be able to see him. Yep, there are. There's basically equal highs at 82s. That's what we're probably sort of searching for. It's just whether it's got the juice to get up there right now. ES lagging behind. I probably want to test to see if this guy's real at 600, which will basically be just outside of Globex, right? So we're starting to extend up into supply for, I don't know how many times we've come up here now, quite a few times. Is there any follow through? If they don't take those 500s before doing this, it's going to be dirty. So back into supply, top range of supply, ES lagging behind. The only way we can play this long now really is a breakout and a retest and a hold. Otherwise, you're very susceptible to a failed breakout. So fail break of that high again. That's why we can't long up here. Are they going to hold this structure here at 60s? Remember, that was overnight value area high. If they hold that structure of 60s, which is basically point of control now on the session, there's a chance to go for that rotation. If they can't hold 60s, then they're probably in trouble. They look like they want to do the squeeze. Have they got the juice here? Get up. You might as well get up at this point. Feel like we pop these, trade into that supply block that we set yesterday. There you go. Globex now cleared. Highs now cleared. Now we have to see if this is a failed break. Like I talked about, you cannot be long up here. You are susceptible to a failed breakout. If we get above here and base, that is a legitimate trade. But again, you're trading where buyers are stuck from Thursday. Really, if we were going to buy, we'd much rather have it wash this, reclaim to go higher. That'd be a much nicer trade. Even if they just based out at the lows yesterday, would have been an amazing long. 720 at 600. There's only 319 there, so anything else is just a liquidity provider. These are just liquidity providers, right? The only real offer here is this 319. That's actually being provided not by a market maker, but by a legit seller. ES coming back to VWAP. So we've got divergence here. ES not taking the highs, NQ taking the highs, ES back to VWAP. Most of the mag now green. Apple's trying to go red to green here, as is Meta. Just remember where we are. Look at your higher time frame. There's the squeeze. So do they get acceptance here? That's the question at this point. Is there any acceptance of price up here? There we go. So there's the 600. Did he get filled? He got filled. He was legit. There we go. He was legit. So seller got filled there. We are bullish, like we talked about. It's not giving us an A+ scenario, but scalping this long on the way up. If we pull back in and hold now, we're going to think about a squeeze all the way up to previous day high. Right? If we can pull back and hold, we're looking for longs and a squeeze up to previous day high. If we don't hold any of this area here, then I'll consider this a failed breakout. So it's unfortunate they didn't give us the A+ trade, but they gave us a trade. Please pull back. Please don't just go on a tear. If we base above yesterday's high, it is likely. Yeah, if we can hold price in, well, it seems like it's in a hurry. If we can build some liquidity here now, right, means we're basing above overnight range. Remember I said if we come back here a third time, it's likely to break because it's the third time. So now we're looking for a base to go back and take the high. Right, if we fail this, if we cannot base there, if this extends and pukes out and gets under here, this is a short back to the other side of the range. All right, so it must hold here or above here. All right, it must hold this to be a long. I think we went over this in Discord. Okay, here we go. So those in Discord, this is what we're starting to see, what we went over this morning. This one here. All right, we're looking for the base above. So we've traded from low side of the range, didn't sweep though, up to the top side. Can we base above for the look? Otherwise, it will be this one here for a failed breakout and a rotation back down to the other side of the range. So lots to look at this morning because we've built a new range. That's why, because we've built a new range. So does this pullback hold the old range? If not, it will be problematic for the market. So it needs to hold previous day value, area high, and Globex, basically. 580s. You want to see it hold 580s. That's the deepest you want to see this move to. You do not want to see it move below 580s, really. If you're thinking bullish, right? If you're thinking bullish. If you're thinking bearish, then you want to see a snap and a fail. Lots of selling up there. Mag, all bullish now. All holding on. Opening range now set, folks, as well. Have we got the juice to get through opening range in this long at the moment? Can we get up to previous day high? Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Squeeze that. Squeeze it. Locking some in here as we start to sort of shuffle around. I still think we're going PDH at this point. What we might do is come up towards it, not take it, then offer a pullback. All right, trap lots of shorts in there and then offer an extension through it later. All right, I would not be surprised if we do something like this. If we do some kind of move up, come shy of it, offer something like this, and then sort of base later, and then this, right? That would not surprise me at all. George, you know you were targeting the lower, you were targeting the lower fair value gap this morning, right? You understand like what you said this morning, right? We're looking for previous day high. Can't be long up here. Need to wait for the pullback. If you didn't get long down here, and you didn't get long in this, and you didn't take the orb, you got to wait for the pullback. You got to play a setup. Shit, it's my dog. Hang on. Oh no. Is she all right? You all right, Lena? Let's go walkies. Come on. We could go for mama. No running. No. Ah. Jesus Christ. Sorry, folks. She thinks she's better, and then she hurts herself like instantly. It's like a constant game of that at the moment. All right, still squeezing. Short's getting absolutely wrecked right now. Oh, what's up with my dog, Mr. Sim? She had surgery 4 or 5 weeks ago. She thinks she's better. She had like full knee reconstruction, basically. It's called a TPLO. All right, SPY coming into its first block of supply here. QQQs are looking for previous day high. We're very bullish. Everything's but green now in the MAG. We're in unison. MAG as a whole is up 0.70%. Yeah, no pullbacks, Coop. George, what are you looking for now? So you were looking for this move here, which is what I wanted to start with, but you were bearish looking for this. I was looking for a sweep to go up. Now we're up here. Are you waiting for a retest, or are you playing short against that supply block? Is that why you're saying look up at the H1? I'm not sure, because you're saying go to the H1 target top. So you just mean previous day high? Because I thought you were playing for this down here, or you just shifted now, which is fine. Well, you should shift based on what's in front of you, but I just don't understand what you're saying. So I would not be surprised if they let shorts come in here, right? And then we build out liquidity and go back for it. The more shorts that are trapped here, the better. The more chance we got of taking out previous day high, right? The more shorts that we trap, the more chance we've got of taking out that previous day high. Can we give a pullback? ES coming into supply for the first time. Sub 400, SPY doing the same thing, testing its supply block. This is what we want to see. Deep, 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 please. Deep, deep, deep. Deep, 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 deep. 10 minutes left till a new H1, H4 as well. We can afford to come all the way back to 80s, right? It can come all the way back here if it wants to. It'd actually be quite nice if it did that. A nice little 2-leg and then a hold, and then we go back for the highs. That would be very nice. I have little faith that we're going to do that. Okay, opening range being checked. I'd like deeper if possible. The deeper it comes, the better right now. I would love to come deeper. It probably won't do it, like I said, because it's NQ and it never does what I want. But if we could come deeper, it would be really nice. But this is your opening range being checked here. This is where we last put in a pullback before moving higher. Here we go. Really like a 2-leg, but I just know you're just not going to give it to me, are you, NQ? Wishful thinking. I'd love a 2-leg. 1, 2, and a hold, and some kind of base here, and encourage loads of shorts to come flying in. I mean, in a dream world, that's what I'd like. Don't think I'm going to get it, but in a dream world, I'd like something like this, and then and then this, right? Trap loads of shorts in and around here, even down here. The more shorts we have in here and then turn, the more we can use their juice to get up to here. So that's what I'd like. Obviously, I'm not buying if we come slicing through all of this, right? Because then this will be a fail break. But right now, it does want to get up here. Yes, looking pretty good. Still not at those 400s. Let's have a look at the work at 400. Is it thick? Yeah, not bad. 200. Is there much above that? 407. Yeah, we've got room. We've got room. ES has got room if it wants to do it. At least half of you in chat have not smashed that like button. Remember, once we get to 100 likes, we're going to do an Apex giveaway. Any account size you want, completely for free. All you got to do is get me to 100 likes today. That's all you got to do. It's not that hard. Tell you what, I'm actually quite liking the 250k account that I've got. I really struggled. I wanted to move. I'd made it my challenge last month. I am thinking about buying some more and trying to move my 50ks to those slowly this year. I like the extra room. The hardest thing is that when you have the big, like yesterday I made 3 and a bit thousand in it, and obviously you got the 30% rule, but I like the extra drawdown. I'm only, 1,000 away right now from getting past that trailing threshold on the PA. Quite enjoying playing with the extra size. Still holding that opening range here, folks. Good morning. I think I missed the trade of the day. No, I don't think so. DK, I think it was set up more for longs for you. I know you like your longs. I think it was set up more. All right, ES poking into 400, just shy of 400. Okay, so you got to watch that level on ES. Big, big number. Love a second leg pullback. Love a second leg pullback here. Would be great. Maybe we get it in the new H1, H4 bar, like a little, if we leave, like, let's say we leave this as the high. Oh, come on. Right, let's say we leave this as a high on an H1, right? And we have, this is basically the H1 at the moment. And we have a new one and we leave like a dunk down candle wick low and we do something like this on the next H1 bar. That would be really nice. Fix now, new lower day, underneath previous day low. Everything's building really nice to move higher. Still looks like it's just going to flag and go. Don't think we're going to get that second leg. Watching ES through 400, squeezing through 400 now, or at 400, I should say. Tempting to squeeze through, but it's not through yet. Got these highs at 44s. I think we pop those and then you might be off to the races here. There we go. We're off. We're off to the races. Those are 44s being popped. Can we hold these now to print higher? Here we go. Can we hold these? Straight old squeeze. Man, that trap yesterday. I would have loved to be, even if I was allowed to be a swing buyer yesterday, I would have been buying those lows down here. Like, it was just so, I don't know, for me anyway, it was so obviously manipulated down. This was just so clean the way they did it. All we did, right? There's your double bottom. There's your breakout. There's your retest. All it is, resistance becomes support. Like, and now we're going topside. Like, that whole thing was manipulation to try and go higher. Whole thing. Still wants more, man. Just wants the highs. You've got 2 minutes until that new H1, H4. I'd be very careful about that. I'd love the H1, H4 to poke down here and then find bids. That's what I'd love. That would be very nice, but it doesn't have to do it. Be my wish list to come down here. New seller in here up into 60s. You can see 400 lot on the book. Is there anyone above? Yes, 725. Lovely. Yeah, I want to buy dips. I want to buy dips if it will offer. I'll wait for this new bar. Hopefully, the new H4, H1 doesn't just explode upside. Because I'm actually flat at this point. I've locked in decent money on that move up. All right, and now just flat and waiting. If you're wondering why one's way bigger than the others, that's because it's the 250k, so I'm playing more size in that. Yeah, I actually marketed. I started waiting for this move here. I really wanted this to retest, but once we flagged and took this, I started marketing in, and then I took the retest of here as well, and I've started selling now because I don't want to hold into the new H1, H4. If it goes upside, it goes upside. Really like this to pull back first, not just to go and take the previous day highs. I'd love this to trade downside into the old H1 bar, come and retest some of the key levels. Probably asking too much, but that's what I'd like. Rebalance a little bit of that old H1 candle. Come down somewhere in here, find a bid, and then we can think about trading up. So we've built a lot of volume here at 620. So they might hold that. If they fail 620s, we're coming VWAP. If they fail that, we're coming for RBS. Some decent volume built out here. Still holding flow zones. Like, everything's holding up. Apple now 1% up on the day. Let's go, baby. I'm up 10%. So nice. Thank you, Donald. It's the first time he's done something that's helped me in this market. All right. This is what we want to see. All right. This candle starting off red, leaving equal highs. Exactly what we want to see. We just want to see some kind of dunk be absorbed, and then go back from the highs, because we want shorts to pile in here. So we want it to roll over a little bit, see some absorption, and then we're going to have lots of short stops here. And once we run those, they will give us the juice to get up here. So if we can dunk down a bit first, it would be really good instead of just holding up here, right? If we can come down a bit first, it'd be really good. ES is in a hurry right now. ES is absolutely screaming upside at the moment. Screaming upside. All right. I've joined in for this because this can't go without me. ES has just absolutely ruined this trade. It's literally just ripped upside. I want to see if we hold 50s. No, rejected. Okay. Big seller again. So locked in a bit more there. As you can see, just on that lower one, adding and adding and adding to it. At what point do I call this a day at this point on a Friday? It's a pretty good day so far. Did we take that H1 high there? Yep, we did. All right, I want to be careful because we've taken H1 highs now. Overall, I'm still bullish, but this is a bit like yesterday. Once we take an H1, H4, I want to be careful that they don't do the bigger wash. Think about yesterday, same play that I missed, which I was really frustrated about. This here, same time, H1, H4 gets taken, roll over. Today's a bit different because we're much more bullish coming into it with a key target. We've clearly got targets above. Targets right now, 672 and 700s. Oh, I would love a big pullback for me to side into, though. Instead of having to scout this. Please pull back deep. Please. Just give me one big mother of a trade. When I'm saying pull back deep, it's not because I want to short it, by the way. I just want a better value proposition. But we can see we're just creating so much volume up here. Amazon's starting to go red here now, just under 0.5% down, 0.41% down. Meta come back to PDC. Google 2.33% up today, looking strong. Tesla 3% up as well, strong. Yeah, exactly, Raf. They are. And Tesla. Tesla's good as well. Tesla's actually the strongest one in the market at the moment. And AMD, Coop. Yeah, baby. All of our swings and investments looking good right now. Looking good. That Apple one's going to be a beast, dude. That's going to pay you really well. JD, if he's here, you almost talked me out of it. You almost talked me out of it. You were talking to my sensible side saying, don't buy it. They're done. But the technicals in the chart told me I have to buy it. So I did. Yeah, buddy. I'm only in commons. I'm not actually in any leaps in it yet. I had to put some out, but yeah, we'll wait. I've got lots of wish orders in the market as well on limits for deep pullbacks. If I ever get filled. VIX really getting breaking down under those 16s that we talked about pre-market, right? So we talked about that. If we break 16s, this market should be pretty bullish. This market is in a hurry right now to get to previous day high. It is not pulling back. It is just not going to pull back right now. There we go. PDH drive incoming by the looks of it. Yep. All right. Let's see. How much juice have we got? Lots of juice. Give me the juice. Into the top side now. 60s here. So you're watching for a break of 70s. And then that'll be a breakout of previous day high and the weekly highs, right? And what did we say? Weekly model, those who have done the course, where did I say it was less than 20% chance we would go back for this week? Why everyone was looking short. What was there less than 20% chance of we would go back for this week? Right? If you've done the course, you had your edge this week. Once we did that move Wednesday and yesterday, it was screaming to you where we weren't going to go. And if we're not going to go there, you know where we're more likely to go. Yeah, no pullback, George, because everyone's getting squeezed, because everyone wanted that move back down underneath and it's not giving it to them. Maybe we'll come shy here and pull back, but it doesn't look like it right now, does it? This thing is in a major hurry. So I'd be watching ES into 14s. I'll draw these out so I don't miss them. 14s and then 26s or 27s. Be careful in here because we're building trendline liquidity. So maybe we come and do that dunk before going up. I really don't want them to take this all in one go. I do want them to come and give us something to trap some more shorts in. Nice morning so far. Come on, come down, come down, come down, come down. You are allowed to come down. It is healthy for you to come down and take out the late bulls. Yes, beautiful. More. Keep coming down. Keep encouraging all these shorts to come flying in. Keep doing it. No, 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 no. Deeper. Deeper. We need some sweeps. That's a reaction off point of control there. These buyers do not want to let this go. Look, came into POC and they went, no way, man. We're going straight upside. We don't want that, though. We want this to come nice and deep. Offer us some better value. Please, market. Pretty please. What do we have to say to it to make it do it? Please, please, please. What a beautiful weekly model we've had this week. Absolutely love it. The only thing I'm gutted about is that they did that move into close. Even though I got it, I would have much rather they didn't do that move into close and they left it for today after spending the whole day trapping. Why spend half an hour unwinding the trap when you could have let it happen the next day? You want me to go and get a coffee? What? So it pulls back, Ken? I'm actually due for refills, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for you. Oh, I did the opposite. Ken, you've killed me. It's done the opposite. Straight grind, man. These shorts are getting cooked. They're not letting them out. They are not letting them out. That retest of POC got absolutely absorbed. Oh, man, they're not letting them out. Man, imagine being a short now. You're just like crying to your mummy. Crying to a mummy. But mummy, I thought it was going lower. I ignored price action. Woo. Yeah, that's what's happening. There's your breakout. There's your opening range break. There's the POC recheck. I mean, if you had a floating order there, you got filled. Otherwise, you didn't. Here's PDH. All right, so the only thing left now is previous week value area high. And then all-time highs, folks. Okay, so we're at the body open. 12 o'clock open. I'm going to have to check this on the queues. Hang on, because I want to check where the cash players are. Give me a second here. Yeah, we're almost there. I thought so. Right, because remember, this doesn't include overnight. And like I talked about, all right, the auction, it's very rare we set a high in Asia and London. We have a spike up here on the futures, but it was set overnight in Globex. So it's very likely we come back for that, because that is basically what you would call an improper high. So it's very, very likely we come back for that. But low-hanging fruit now gone. All right, low-hanging fruit now gone. The only thing left to look for is get out these Qs. Can we get back to NQ, please? There we go. The only thing left to look for, previous week value area high. So remember, previous week, no acceptance up here. All right, that's the edge. So your cheap longs, right, your cheap longs were down here near previous week value area low. That was yesterday. These were your cheap longs. All right, we took this yesterday, or I took this yesterday. I would have loved it if they left it here for today, because we could have had that full rotation. But low-hanging fruit for me is now gone. There's still upside to be had, but you gotta let this cool off at this point. You have to let it cool off. But we are doing what we talked about right here. Those in chat, right here. This move here, we've done it, right? This move here, boom, boom, boom. This is what we've just done, right? You were prepared. This is what we've just done. That move, to make that make sense on here, is this here. I mean, it barely pulled back, but it's basically this. Yeah, up to here. Low-hanging fruit gone. We'd like this to come back down somewhere in here now. Here's fine as well. If it wants to collapse under this, it can still do it. I think it's very unlikely, but it can. How did I do today? Pretty good. Not bad. What should we call that? 1. I'm just going to round it up because it's easier to do math. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 to make up for that. So basically $3,000. Not bad. It would do. I'll take it on a Friday. Base hits on the 50Ks, bigger size on the 250, if you're wondering why. Base hits on the 50s, bigger size on the 250s. Or there's only one 250 there. I am going to get some more of those. I'm not going to do it now, though, because I'm away from Tuesday, so I'm running out of time with a few bits at the moment. Oh, my God, I've just realized I didn't trade day. That's going to renew. What an idiot. Oh, I might have to cancel those and start again. That is stupid, Alex. You wally. I've even got it written on a note in front of me. Trade your trade day accounts. Because they renew full price. So I'm going to have to cancel and get some more ones. Oh, what an absolute idiot. So I have to trade those when I get back now. That means from London. Ken, ES looking like a Head and Shoulders forming? Like an inverse Head and Shoulders, you mean? Like a giant inverse Head and Shoulders or cup and handle? Maybe. ES came into that supply. It needs to take the liquidity out 14s we talked about. TPT ends Sunday. Yeah, it does. It ends Sunday. So use code FLOWZONE right now. All capitals on Take Profit Trader will get you 40% off. I'd love a trade down into here or here to scoop it back up. But remember, low-hanging fruit's gone. But I think we go back for more, but we want to see it trade lower first, right? If we can trade lower, it would be great. If we can trade lower and protect some of this area, it would be great. But the low-hanging fruit has been taken, so we might sweep out all of these late balls to the party, right? All these late balls to the party might get swept out before we return back up. Oh, really, Richard? Okay, that's cool. I thought they renewed full price. Oh, that's awesome. I don't mind then if that's the case. Maybe because they extended the sale. Maybe that's why. Okay, coming back down to the opening range, we did have some little volume here that they might protect. Otherwise, we might go back to that VWAP, this low volume node and the opening range. But if they protect here, it wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me if they protect this volume here. They've washed out most of these balls. The only ones left now down here into 13. So, mate, I'd love it to come into here, trap these guys, and then see if it offers something to go back upside. I don't want to be too bullish because I know we've taken the low-hanging fruit, right? So I keep telling myself that. We've taken low-hanging fruit. It might be done for the day. But if we come and wash everyone out and put in some bullish structure to go back upside, I will play it. Just trying to hold this low volume node right here, to basically 30, 25 and 30s. That's what it's starting to hold. We just talked about that. There is volume there. You can see it like a little spike out there that they're trying to hold. They've swept some of the liquidity, quite a lot of it actually, just leaving in these players here. But all of these guys have been taken out and starting to reclaim POC. So if they reclaim POC and base above, we'll go upside. Let it jiggle around a bit here. Why can't it be smooth like this every day? It's way easier to read. Like yesterday was garbage what they did yesterday. I know it was a walk down, but it was not pretty. It was they made it very hard to get involved. Yeah, you can get long. You can bid against this. You can wait for this. You out? What time are you at? All right, sweetheart. Like the easy one will be to wait. It's looking good though. Looking good for you. Looking good for you. Reclaiming those levels, isn't it? We just talked about. You do not want a lower high up here. You just want them to let it through at this point, right? Don't want them to set a lower high up here. You just want them to squeeze it through at this point. So be careful. If you took these longs here, I'd be sort of trying to protect it at 43s. You don't want a lower high. If they set a lower high, they're coming to attack this low down here for a lower low, and that could be the 2 leg back down. So you want them just to squeeze it if you're already involved in this. Where's the next target? It's basically 700. Next target is basically up at 7s. It's going for you. It looks good for you. It looks good for you right now. Liquidity on the book at 80s. There's a refresh seller here at 60s. I think we should be able to clear him. I want to see ES participate here as well. ES holding 400s for now. You'd be looking for that trade back up to high of day and then through high of day to value area high. We've chomped through this first level of supply, but a little peak above. What you do not want is a lower high, lower low here, because if they do that, then you get the second leg. So you know, I don't know where those of you who got long, whether you bid off this node or you bid on the reclaim of this. This is all fine as long as you hold this. You can look for this, right? As long as you do this, you look for this. If we start breaking down under here, you want to be very cautious that they're not going to come and test some of these areas here, and then we can think about it. But if you're already long, as long as it's holding these volume areas, you look okay. Maybe up to kill the breakout shorts from Thursday 31st. Thursday 30th. What? Thursday 31st. Oh, hang on. I've got to go way back. That's what we're talking about. 31st. Let me look at that on another chart so I can understand what you're talking about. Yeah. Well, yeah, basically that's basically trading back to all-time highs. You'd have to take out 750s to get anywhere near there. We haven't tested that level. Who was it that's talking about that? Martin. We haven't tested that level yet. So you would assume there is a little imbalance over between 700 and 750, 760s. I would assume that first test of 750, 760 gets hit pretty hard. It might not, but it would be the first test of that supply block, right? So that would be your target. That would be your ultimate target today. Can we get through 700s, fill the imbalance, to 750, 760. You know, if we go all-time highs, we're breaking out of 850. It's asking a lot to do in one day because we're going to have to get through a lot of supply, but it's possible. You still look good here, folks. Sorry, I zoomed that down when I was trying to understand what Martin was talking about. You're still holding POC, all right? All the time it's holding this, it can try and push this rotation back up. ES, though, in danger of making lower high, lower low. ES in danger of making lower high, lower low. Still looks good. Still holding above POC. Can ES find a bid here for that rotation back up? That will help drag NQ up if it can. Amazon, the only one red currently on the day. You can see the selling on a book above us. 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 700. Is there still a big player above 700? Yes, there is. 725s, 352 lot. Right, you can see him on the book above me. This thing wants to go, man. And Qs are in such a hurry to get going. Such a hurry to do max damage here. Amazon's trying to turn, as in from red. Yes, relative weakness. So Qs are up 0.71% today. ES just up 0.58%. So relative weakness in the ES today. YM and RTY lagging as per usual. Gold having a good day. Although that had a big push overnight, didn't it? I remember seeing. Yeah, that did the damage overnight. Wow. Amazon trying to find a bid here. It's the only one red on the day. If that finds a bid, we'll drag the market up. You look good. Like I said, you're still holding POC. Like, you get back above this, there's only one place you are going. All right, so those who are long, either on this volume or you waited for the higher low, there's your higher low. We just talked about this. There's your higher low. All right, we get through here now. We're going to go for here. And if we get through that, you're looking at 750. All right, up into here. This can probably, yeah, 755s. So that's your final target. There is major supply up here to that is all-time high up here. All right, folks, that's all-time high. So if you can get through here, then you're all-time high. But, you know, I'd be taking profits into these pushes. You need to see a breakout here. You must not see a failed breakout. This is a second attempt. Nothing wrong with locking some in on the way up. Yeah, divergence with the ES. ES relative weakness. Looks more like it's trying to build some kind of rejection formation to do a second leg lower here on ES. Definitely. Be a measured move, Martin. Yeah, that might make sense. I don't know if it's asking too much of it in one day. Maybe not. The only thing I'd say is if you look at that breakout we've done this morning on a 30-minute or an hourly, from the 580s. We haven't come back and revisited it. So we are just in a big old squeeze right now. We've never revisited this. And if we do revisit that down here today, it would be asking a lot. Then I'll be looking for this because it would be undervalue with an RBS, with a previous day and a view up and Globex. Lots of reasons for me to be looking for that move if it offers it. It's actually not that much. You're looking at like an 80-point move down to then bid back up. ES trying to find a bid here. Here's your PDH coming in again here, folks. You still look good. Anyone who's in this long, you still look good. They put in the higher low. Here's your break. Here's your break. So you're looking for a push up towards 700s now. If we take out current day high, you're looking for a push up towards 700s. There's your 75. There you go. There's your break. Here you go. Ladies and gents, so you're looking 700s, and then you can try and hold a runner to 750. Right? 700s, why? It was, well, 696 or 697. Somewhere around here, it was previous week value area high, which means basically supply starts above this. All right, anything above this, so far we've had no acceptance in. Very, very, very nice. We talked about this here. There is the wash. You could argue that's the second leg. There is the reclaim. There is the squeeze. There's TP1, TP2. Anywhere up here is a runner. Hopefully some of you got that, because I know some of you didn't get the longs this morning. You had to be a little bit quick on the trigger this morning. I still think we go higher here, folks. I still think we go higher here. It's holding very, very nicely. Think about this red block. Might as well become blue at this point, right? We hold these levels, it might as well become blue. That's why we don't guess tops, we don't guess bottoms, we play momentums, we play the traps, we understand when it does this, we're going to come and sweep them all and then go back for it. We talked about this numerous times. I actually talked about it doing it without taking this high. I would have liked to have seen it done it like this, right? Because then we use both forms, but it's fine. It's still going to do it. You do have relative weakness in the S still. It's still not taking out that current high of day. Slap me some W's in chat if you got any of these longs with me. Hopefully some of you did. I know it's been, some of you have probably struggled a bit waiting for that deep pullback, which hasn't come. It's always annoying when it does that. So Chi getting it, Ken getting it, Mike Light, Firewater, Silem. I got a W, but I'm break even on the day. That's all right, ERF. Don't worry about it. Just think about it as repetition at the moment. Zach Tex 88 got it. Chris got it. Jeff got it. Leron got it. Zach, do I keep my levels? Can you expand on what you mean there, my friend? And I'll let you know. Right, initial balance now set. These purple lines up here, IB now set. So you're now thinking about IB expansion, IB rotation, right? Auction versus failed auction. Still in an ES long, very nice, Dean. Yeah, ES gave a nice pullback, right? And it held the 400s. It's holding your flow zones. It looks good. You just want to see ES break out. What I would say on ES is you have liquidity sat 412.75, 414.50, 417, and once you get through 417, you can look for a drive into like 25s, okay? So if it plays catch up, those are your levels that you can think about. Yesterday killed me. Have to forgive myself and come back next week. Yeah, Willow, don't worry about it. It happens, man. Like trading can be really tough sometimes. Like if you have the wrong lean on it, or you go on tilt, or you get like trapped when you don't understand that, you know, yesterday was hard. It looked really easy when you look back, but there's no deep pullback. You know how I play. Just think about this, right? What am I always looking for? Everyone to do this. Shorts to come in and do that way. Yesterday, we did the opposite. We just did this all day. We never did one of these for me to get short into, right? We did this all day long, literally all day long before doing this. right? In the last 30 minutes, we basically did that. So you have to understand, when we do this, that is about as manipulated as you ever see. I talked about it on Discord extensively. I was like, they are set. This is a stinking trap. Something stinks. Let's find it. Today feels weird. Something's off. I'm not really into it. There's spoofing all day. I kept saying it feels like a trap, feels like a trap. In the end, down here, we got the buy signal, right? And we get the break and we get the run back up. And I took this, all right? So I made like 3,100 on that yesterday into close. Still extending. So you're almost there. So your next TP is here. So if you're still long, some of you need to be thinking about TPs. Your ES is about to go for you, Dean. Just respect that initial balance and respect that you've got the start of supply above it. I gave you those levels just a minute ago. Here you go. Here's the break on ES through the initial balance. You're coming up to your supply, Dean. So I don't know if you've got enough to take like one little partial and then hold the rest for the move to 20s. Let me get through this chat, trying to catch up with you all here. Zach, you changed it from red to blue. I just feel like my charts get overwhelmed when I keep them. I changed it from red to blue because it's an RBS level, right? So if we think about structure, if we think about what we've done here, this was a higher time frame resistance level, okay, here. And we came back to it and we confirmed its resistance and we came under it and we've got over it. So what does this now become? RBS. So if we come back and hold this, we look for continuation. If we come and reject this, then we look for a sell back down. Right, so I always keep, if they're a key higher time frame level, which this is, right? This is a key higher time frame level. I keep it. Here's your TP2 now hit. So you've had TP1, TP2. You are now runners for 750s, folks. All right. Dean took profit at the opening range high. No, fair enough, mate. Good work. SPY is coming into previous day high here. So, you know, in terms of cash market, you've probably hit a good level. Here's your 700s. There we go, folks. So 700s, and you've got this seller keeps moving up. So he's now 725s or 720s. I've probably got to zoom in so I can see his actual order. Get out the way. 720s. All right, we're hitting all these targets nice and early today. Congrats, everyone. Thank goodness for a nice Friday. I wouldn't say it's A+. Right, I wouldn't say it's A+. I would have said A+ for us. A+ for us would have been this. Thanks. Nice cheap buy. Add-on. Partials. Right, that would have been A+ for us. But, you know, like we talked about, they don't want to give us A+ right now in the market. No worries, Zach. Yeah, I always keep levels if they're an important higher time frame level. If we trade through this numerous times, obviously it becomes less and less important. But for now, we've only broke through it just now. Remember, this level isn't based on here. It's based on this right here, right? This is where it's resistance. This is where we've broken through it. If we come back and hold it, is where it can potentially become support. And if we fail that, we have a bigger support level down here. Same story, right? Resistance, 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 resistance. Breakout. We might come back to those 80s that we talked about all day, and that will need to hold as a level of support. So if we don't hold this for continuation, if we fail under here and we start getting heavy, then I would be interested in this holding for a move back up. Yeah, starting to base over its initial balance here, or attempting to, let's say, but it's into those levels of liquidity we talked about. Same story here. So we've taken out previous week value area high. Remember, we've had no acceptance up here for the last 2 weeks. No acceptance last week. This is our first attempt to get up here this week. It might not want to accept. If we accept, then we're looking for rotation into 750s, or technically 755s, right? So you are thinking right now about opening range, initial balance plays. Right, so do we hold IB high for a continuation? Do we fail IB high, maybe come back and test point of control? Do we fail point of control, or do we find a bid off it? And if we fail, do we come and sweep this liquidity that we've built into the market? Remember, we've built this into the market this morning, or do they leave this for next week? I have no idea, but what I do know is we've hit our key targets this morning. So the trades are going to get harder and harder and harder as we go on through the day, because we've taken out the key levels that we were looking for this morning. This is all we were looking for, really. This is a low-hanging fruit trade. Previous day high, previous week value area high. Anything above this is an absolute bonus, right? So when we take low-hanging fruits, we back off, because our job is to come to the market each day, make our money, take the low-hanging fruits, and get off, and then do the same thing the next day and the next day and the next day. I don't want to be here trying to take, low probability setups. I don't want to be taking a harder trade. I want to take the easy layup trades. And if those layup trades aren't there because they've done it when I've been asleep overnight, then we don't really trade so much. That makes sense for everyone, hopefully. Hopefully. Most of you have been here a long time with me now. Most of you have been trading with me a number of months. If you're new to the channel, if you're one of the guys that came over since Benzinger or any of those things, you can check out a ton of my free education on YouTube. You can see how I trade, learn how I trade. And if you like how I teach, you can join me live every day. And if you want deeper understanding, there is, of course, a 20-hour course on flowzonetrader.com. And that comes with the indicator and Discord. I entered at 610 and got one partial, but stopped break even on the orb retouch by a tick. And then I tried to play the orb retest, but stopped. Everything I wanted to see happened, but I managed poorly. Don't worry, ERF. I mean, that was me. I don't remember now if it was this week or last week. And it was on stream. I got Ken will remember, because he joked about it earlier. When I went for the coffee and I missed it, and I came back and I hesitated, and then I waited 90 minutes and I got in and I managed it poorly because I'd already hesitated and I got stopped out to the tick, and then I missed that puke of like 250 points short, and you all got it. It happens, mate. Like, honestly, it just happens. And it's very hard to accept in the moment, but like once you go and do something else with your day and rest and come back, just know that as long as you're not doing major damage to your account, it's going to set up again for you today, tomorrow, next week. At some point, it's going to set up again. We won't get them all. We're human, right? We're going to make errors. We're going to get stopped out. We're going to overmanage. Just try and be kind to yourself, 1% better each day, and journal it. The fact that you've just said that says a lot about you, right? Look at what you said. I entered at 610. I got one partial. That's good. I stopped breaking even on the other. That's also fine. So you took some money out the market. On the orb retouch, by a tick, you got stopped out. And then you tried to play again on the retest, but you got stopped. Everything you wanted to see happen, but you managed it poorly. So there's your journaling. You saw it happen. It played out. You managed poorly. So now you need to look at, why did you manage poorly? Was it emotion? Were you oversized so you weren't comfortable? Did you have a lack of faith in the setup because you've not played the setup enough to be confident? Like all these things. And it will start to dial together, but you got to be kind to yourself. I am a big one for beating myself up, all right? Everything I preach to you is because I've learned hard lessons. I beat myself up. I get in sulks. You've seen me on stream. I get annoyed. I get agitated. Like, I'm human. I'm not a robot. You're human. You're not a robot. You're going to get agitated. You're going to get upset. It's just about controlling that when those times happen, just get off the charts. Get off the charts and just know it's going to be here when you come back, right? Just know it's going to be here when you come back. Yeah, there you go. Look at Coop. Like, Coop had a bit of a technical error. I can't remember, like 2 days ago or 3 days ago, took the next day off, came back. I don't think there was much for him to play. And even today, he's not seeing exactly what he wants. But Coop knows, he's been around long enough to know if he's patient enough, whether it be today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, at some point, his setup will turn up and he'll get a winning trade, right? No worries, team. Love you all loads, team. I want you guys to do well. Just want you to do well. I wish I could protect you from suffering how I suffered, but I just know in this game I can't. I just know I can't. Like, you've got to, unfortunately, with trading, it's riding a bike, and I can tell you, here are the stabilizers, here's what to do. But at some point, you got to come off the bike and fall flat on your face. And you might have to do it a few times before you learn the lessons. And it sucks, right? But it's true. Like, I was talking to my father about it earlier this week, saying how stressed I've been, like juggling so many things, like so many different businesses at the moment I've got trying to grow, and it's exhausting and it's affecting my trading, and then I don't trade well, and then I kick myself. And he was like telling me, he was like, Alex, there were days when I don't know if he was at CIBC or Merrill, he used to go to his mum's house and then have to be like, Mum, I lost like 250 grand today, you know, basically head and hands, like fuming. And you got to remember, it's not even his money, it's the bank's money, but he feels like crap. And she'd just be like, it's just money, why do you care? You made it before, you lost it today, you make it tomorrow. And we have to be like that kind of thing, right? You have to be able to like water off a duck's back, like brush yourself down, take a day to mope around if you need it. I certainly do. I have to mope around a bit before I can get over it. I get in a sulk and then come back. All right, and then come back. And it's fine to take, it is fine to take prolonged period of times off. I remember I think it was 2021. I can't remember. I think it was 2021. And it was probably when I first sort of met Coop and Razorback. I don't know if he's in chat. And I went through a massive drawdown period. I could not get out of a hole. And I ended up taking like 3 weeks off. So actually I went to, what's it called? I went to like this, like my wife booked us like a secret caravan in like the woods in California, and we went and stayed there for like 5 nights, and I was just out in nature, just relaxing. And I was reading like trading books and like getting my head in it, but slowly my parasympathetic nerve came down, and then I went and did a course in breath work and meditation, and everything started to like feel a bit better, and I slowly came back to the markets. It's okay to have prolonged period of times. I forget who was just saying this, why I keep these levels. So you can see now, see how we're starting to respect now. Previous day high, RBS, right? It's trying to respect it. So if we reclaim here and does this, it's fine. And if it does this, we come lower. This is why I keep the levels. We are holding this low volume node, all right? Straight out the video I did like, I don't know, 2 weeks ago now. Okay, you can see it's trying to hold. It's not the best option for a buying opportunity, but it's trying to hold. The best buying opportunity was way down here, here. You're buying high right now to go higher, but it's trying to hold levels. I certainly wouldn't want to be trying to short this market at the moment. There's no lower high, lower low. Let's catch up with the chat. Hi, I hit my goal for Coop's Corner, so should probably just watch the rest of the day. Thanks, Alex. Nice work, Brandon. Good work, my friend. It is the only way to learn is to go through suffering. It's so true, Wisdom. Right? Everything good comes out of pain. That's just how it is. That's what I should have done yesterday. Life goes on. Exactly, Willow. Don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. Dean, why have an alarm going off? I don't even know what that's for. Why do I feel like I've got a meeting I've forgotten about? And I haven't named the alarm. Oh, well, I'm sure I'll get a phone call in a minute. 15-minute fair value gap on ES at 640 down to 390. What do you think? Let me have a look. This. Yeah, this is where we've been thin in volume. But you're thin both sides. I think we want to come and take this out. It's just whether we build something out here to do it or whether we come back to it. This is like this is the equivalent of, is it 380? Sorry, 380. What's this level on NQ we were looking at this morning? Hang on, where we need to retest. 580. This is the equivalent of the 580 test if it comes back for this. It doesn't have to come back. It can, it doesn't have to. It might just build out here because think about this, right? It's like a quasi. You're looking for this move up here. Maybe it comes back, maybe not. Doesn't need to come back if it doesn't want to. Sorry, folks, just trying to read everything here. Practicing with reducing my risk with just reducing my size as per your video from last night. Long-term motives. Yeah, exactly, Mike Light. That's it. Like I said, this is holding nicely now. I wouldn't want to be trying to fall. If you're trying to fall short here, there's nothing in here too short right now. Like everyone's going to say, oh, there's a 1 minute gap here and we're going to rotate. Where's the lower high, lower low? It's too early, man. It's too early to be looking for that. Even if it works for you, it's for me, it's a bit of a guess. Until we have failure under here, and even then I'd be worried. Until you see this move under here, I'm not thinking about sweeping these guys out. I think this is early. It might well work out, but for me, playing against that is early looking for this. It's still showing that it's trying to hold, and I will respect that until proves otherwise. I'm not in the habit of guessing tops. What I would say is weekly traders have come in here as a sell. Even if they were buyers coming up, they've taken some money out of the market here. I still think this can hold these levels right now. It's not until we get under here. If we get under here and we sell, then we can think about liquidity we've built in to come down and retest. But honestly, for me, I'm not playing shorts today. No way. Not interested. Harder trade. We've had the easy trades. I'll stick to that. Can short down to it or wait for it to go long is probably better trade. Yeah, I would say like as long. Sorry, I'm having to look at it here now on my other screen. Yeah, I mean, playing those shorts is very tough, right? Very tough. Even on ES, like that 400 can hold and they can trap under it. They can trap under it and like just bid it straight back up. So yeah, like for me today, I'm not taking shorts. I'd rather wait for longs because I know most of the money is going to be made on the long side, but we have hit targets. Need 17 more likes. Remember, it's a giveaway if you get to 100. Yes, that's right. 100 likes needed. Do me a favor, share the stream, and we'll get this going. Happy to do a giveaway. We've hit all the targets. Happy to do a giveaway live. Finding your channel, Discord, and course has really elevated my education and trading. Thank you. You're welcome, Richard. You're welcome, Richard. Richard, remind me what your journey was like before finding me. Like, how long had you been in the market and where were you learning and stuff? I'm trying to remember. Waiting for at least 650s to get long. Yeah, I mean, the problem is, see this here? They're protecting this here, right? Because we failed and then broke out away from this, they're trying to protect it. And we might just build here. I would love some form of trap, but I just know we've hit the low-hanging fruits, right? So I become way, way, way less interested in the market in general when we've hit a low-hanging fruit. Like previous day high taken, previous week value area high taken. The only thing to come back for is to try and trade all the way into 750s. And that will mean trading into the previous week's volume. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, we're almost there, folks. Couple more likes, 3 more likes. We'll do a giveaway. What do I use? Do I base the previous week? What do I use base the previous week value? Can you explain that, Clint? What do you mean? What do I use? What do I use? No, I didn't put it in the old course sloth, but I might, like, I'm doing an update on it all, so maybe I'll include it. It's just SNR, it's all it is. Oh, where do I measure? Just the whole week. So you can just go to like a higher time frame. Where's my, bring this back so I can see you all. You can just do it. You can probably even do it on an hourly. It won't be as accurate, but you can go from the previous Sunday open. This week, I'm trying to do the math. So last week, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Oh, I need a 30-minute. Otherwise, I won't see it. You bugger. Yeah, just go from the Sunday open to the close. And if you want, you can do two variants. You can do one with just regular trading hours. So I think this one was based on regular trading hours. I think that's why. Slightly different. Previous weeks in, but the value areas are off. So that would be because I've done it with RTH. So it's only bearing in mind New York, I think. Or you can just use, like, if you don't have that, just use SVP, right? Use the session volume profile. And you can see, like, your key areas where you've traded up to and down to. Right, so you can see here, like, and these highs is where we've just come and taken out. So you can see this old high. And you can see the low right down here. But yeah, if you're doing it on TradingView, it's way more accurate on the M1. I don't know why. It must be just how they do it. I've tried a few different ways now. It's way more accurate on the M1. Oh, yeah. Sometimes I do art. I'll measure both a lot of the time, Coop, and then see, and then I'll look back because I use it for Confluence, right? So I'll look back and I'll try and see, like, where are my SNR levels? Where do I think market's getting stuck? And I'll put them in and I'll try and shape it around it. Like, this makes sense. Like, this previous week value area high makes sense because if we go, let's just go to a 15-minute chart. This is where we did this push and fail, right? Last Thursday, push and fail. So we know this is a big area. We know above that, this was not in New York. So this is basically New York session. Above this is not in New York. This is all Globex. This move here is Globex. So I know, okay, I've got an SNR level up here where we failed, where we trapped buys in Globex after the Mag 7 earnings. This is the New York. If we look left, this was a stop-start area. So this was also an old high. So there's lots of levels here. I was like, okay, that makes sense to have it in and around here. It makes total sense. Okay, finally seeing a deeper retracement now. Finally seeing it. Remember, they can still protect this low, created this high. Your value on the current session is at 20s, right? If they really want to come all the way back down and do an RBS test, if they want to do, and like I said, this might work out, but for me, it's way early. If they want to fail in and around here, they can come back down to here. They can also do a trap if they have intention on going higher. But the reason I'm less interested now is we've taken low-hanging fruit. The only thing to play for is up here, and there's no guarantee it's going up there today. Absolutely no guarantee we can do that today. Can you show that on the prior days? Mine seems to be off. How I do prior days, yeah. So yesterday, make sure I'm on the right chart. 9:30. Drag it across to 4 o'clock. Where are you? There. Why does that look like that's changed? That is weird, mate. Because I drew that at the close yesterday. So that's TradingView changing it. This was definitely value area low yesterday. 100%. Mate, it's not letting me go to 30. Maybe that's why. This was definitely value area low yesterday. 100%. There was so much volume. You can see it here. And I did this right at the close. So it's changed it today. That shouldn't be changing it. That's naughty. That should be right down here. Very odd. Oh, hang on. There we go. That's why. There we go. I had extend on. There you go. So there you go. Value area low, value area high. Point of control from yesterday was down here. Wow, that shifted as well. Really? Okay. Alex got that one wrong. Oh, it's because I moved it to overnight POC. That's why. My bad. But yeah, also that will change it. If you have, sorry, maybe you can't see this. If you have extend right on or not, will make a difference. Yeah, so you're taking the IB rotation? That makes sense. Just watch this New York view up and watch POC. I would. Lots of volume here. That's a good rotation so far. So far, trying to hold this volume. If you get an epic fail, this looked a little bit early for me. But once we did enough push, pull, and built the liquidity, this looks pretty good at this point. So I'd be watching POC, New York, 24-hour, value on the day, cover, 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 cover. I wouldn't be thinking below this. Or really this. It looks good. Going good, Greg. Going good. Watch the VIX as well. Watch the VIX. If you're short in this, you want to see the VIX get through this PDL. If it rejects 16, just be prepared to cover, because this can be 1, 2, and if they start finding bids and curling, do not fight this. If it starts to curl and reclaim, do not fight it. Do not fight it. What was I doing? I was trying to look at how I do this. Yeah, Monday and Tuesday I'll stream. Wednesday I won't. I'll be in the air. I'll have to see if I can find a setup to do it. It's going to be very hard to do Thursday, Friday, Monday, so I might miss them. But I will do my best. But I'll be in Discord. I will be in Discord. But I will do my best. I'm taking my laptop with me. I don't intend on trading, but I do intend on trying to find a way to at least help Discord. All right, we got to 100 likes. Nice. So just see that. Well done, everyone. We'll do this giveaway. Just setting it up. Give me a second. Just setting it up, folks. Give me a second. It's slightly different this week. So it's still protecting that point of control. Just be careful here. If the two-leg finishes and they start to reclaim, be very, very careful, those of you who are short side. Okay, so just posted that. First step you got to do, just like and repost that tweet I just pinned in the channel. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, and then I'm going to do a code word. Those that do it, and hopefully it all works. Starting to see that second leg finish now, folks. So this is what I was talking about. Just be careful. They go 1, 2, and they start to reclaim here. This is why I'm not really thinking about the shorts personally today. This is a good short. This makes sense down to here if it really gets it. But there should have been a partial down into here. The volume has been built here today. We'd love to see that come to VWAP for you. I'd love to see that happen, but you want to see a reaction here to come lower. If they start to reclaim in here, I'd be very cautious. Make sure you repost that tweet I just put in chat. Coop's doing something in Discord next week. Okay, awesome. Good to know. Awesome, Coop. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Zach, I'm still in the longs from the open, but it was a nice trade here for low hanging fruit. TP1 685 685. You're still looking for that push. Oh, you took TP1 to 685. Sorry. Yeah, nice. Starting to see that reclaim here, folks, that we just talked about. I would be very, very cautious, remember. We've just talked about this kind of move here. And they can really start to squeeze this aggressively if they want to and go for new highs. Remember, it's two-leg pullback. It's absorbed on the deep pullback flow zones. It's absorbed on the point of control. If they start to reclaim initial balance, there is room for them to allow this to go higher, right? And we can look for that push into sort of 750s. If it's a big if they get through the initial balance, right? It's a big, big if, but that's the kind of scenario if they don't come for the VWAPs. Yeah, so some of you might have played the deep flow zone or the point of control push back up. Both sides working here. It's just understanding which side of the trend you are and being patient. Okay, so far only 10 of you in chat. There's 109 of you watching. You need to go to the pinned link in chat and repost that, right? You need to go to the pinned Twitter link in chat and repost it for your chance to win. It's pinned in chat. I will give the code shortly, but you're only going to win if you've reposted it and got the code here. I know you've all subscribed here because you can't talk in chat otherwise. So coming back up to initial balance, this is key now. If they hold this and reclaim, we go for new highs. This is key. If they fail this, then they'll try and get that rotation to VWAP. But so far, it's holding pretty well. ES looked much weaker. ES made a lower low. So ES took this low pivot out, interestingly, and traded down towards VWAP. Didn't quite make it. So if you're short, you want this to reject and you want the trade down into here for TP1, TP2. If you're long, you're looking for some form of trap down here to move back upside, maybe holding like 585s or something. Is that the right level? Maybe holding 585, 658. God, I cannot talk today. Any break beneath this and point of control, then we probably run down into sort of VWAPs and these areas here. All depends what their plan is with it next. All depends on the plan. All depends on the plan. All right, where's this for the code? See how many have reposted it now. Let's get those reposts up, folks. We give you. I'll give you until 15:15, so 11:15 market time, and then we'll do it. Not on Twitter. I'm sorry, Aaron. Lots of you maybe not on Twitter. It's back to POC. Big levels here. Do they make it higher low, or do you get that wash to VWAP for you guys who are short? So far, no trend day over at IB. And that's across the markets, right? That's a uniform thing right now. QQQ. Interestingly, QQQ actually traded into its VWAP, folks. I've just seen that now on my side screen. So this dip here was into VWAP on the cash market, right? Just to be aware. So if they put a higher low here and start squeezing, I'd be very, very, very careful. I'm sorry, Greg. Yeah, some of you don't have Twitter. I'm sorry. Or X or whatever it's called now. Liquidity's still up there at 90s. I'd be very careful here, folks. This feels like a trap to me. High, low, going to go for the reclaim here. You want to be very careful. If they start squeezing these shorts are going to get cooked. High, low, also on ES. Reclaiming all the levels. Initial balance coming up. Gets through IB. We go squeeze through all of this, right? Just be very, very careful. I know some of you are playing that short. Like I said, this hit VWAP on the QQQ. On the QQQ. On the QQQ regular. Cash, all right? Cash market hit VWAP. There you go. All right, let me grab this. Thank you, everyone that reposted. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the support. Okay. Your code word is lucky. All right, code word lucky. Only post it once, otherwise it won't count you in the giveaway. All right, lowercase lucky. Just type it in chat. That's all you got to do. And you got way more chance of winning it if you did the repost. Give you a few minutes to do this. Still protecting IB. I still would be very concerned as a seller here. Just because of what the market's trying to do today. Be very concerned. Hopefully lots of you took some partials. Maybe once we get through the giveaway we can check, but hopefully you all took partials. Brandon, you need to type lucky in this chat here, not on Twitter. See, one of you typed it on Twitter. All right, one more minute. Okay, cool. Just checking because I just saw it came up. I love some of the names on here. Full on Tilt. That's a great name. That is a great name. I love it. All right, drawing it now. Let's see who we get. Man, he's... What's gone on? It's crashed. Come on. Wakey, wakey. Let me reset this thing. Never had this crash on me before. Man, that's crazy. Okay, here we go. Rolled it. All right, winner. Mike K-Light. Mike K-Light is the winner. All right, re-rolled it for you. I don't think you've won before, which is good. You can email me. Or drop me a DM, and if you're in the Discord room. I'm not sure if you're on or not. Yeah, congrats. If you email me, just send me a screenshot so I know it's your name of the back end of your YouTube or Twitter, so I just know, and then I'll send you the code. Still building here, man. Still building. It feels naughty, this chart here, just starting to build out liquidity here. Would really love to see him sweep them, everyone out before they go higher, but right now it's just protecting, and it just feels like it just wants to drift and drift and drift and drift. It's all it feels like it wants to do. Higher and higher and higher and higher. Maybe they slam it on their faces first, just for a laugh. Euro close soon. Let's see what you're all saying. Hi, Alex. Are the flow zones drawing the PD and PW previous day and previous week level? Are you drawing them manually? And is it the book included in the 20-hour course? Which do you mean? Previous day and previous week levels, when you're talking about all these down here, they're in the indicator. Right? They're all in the indicator. I don't know if you can see that because the indicator's so big. But yeah, previous day and previous week, open, low, closes, all that stuff. It all comes in the indicator. We go over key levels in the course. The only thing I haven't put in the course is volume. I've only really started using it more recently again because we're at all-time highs as a level of Confluence, but there is a free lesson on it on YouTube. But I will be doing an advanced futures-only course, which I want to build towards the end of this year. Yes, Sergio, the previous day, high, low, open, and closes are all printed automatically from the flow zones, and they are, and I teach you how to do it in the course as well. It's one of the key things in your morning prep. But if you have the indicator, it does it all for you. You can just email flowzonetrader@gmail.com. It's fine. Just email there. They're making this tricky now because now they've done two legs down, two legs up, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, without a breakout of the high. So both sides are now trapped in this. So you got to wait for it. You're saying Tyson. Okay, guys, feeling reset after yesterday's meltdown. 3 new evals, hit my profit target earlier on the way up. I'm out of here. Good work. Good work, buddy. Great way to come back. Now enjoy your weekend. Just get off those screens. Get off those screens. I got a question for you, chat, because I'm getting inundated with offers at the moment. And maybe he's in here because he said he follows me on YouTube. Does anyone here use flux charts? I think they're like an indicator provider for TradingView. Out of interest, does anyone use them? Alex, can I ask you a question about prop firm platform trading? Yeah, of course you can, DK. Ask me here, or if it's more private, feel free to DM me on Discord. Aga got your losses from yesterday back. There you go. That's why we come back to play another day, right? It's why we don't have meltdowns on one day and we just come back and we go again and again and again. We don't get too fixated on one singular day. Exactly. Back on the horse. Hardinger. Yeah, it's like Lux Algo. That's what I thought. So it's like subscription based for indicators. But do you use it, Hardinger? Or are you the owner in disguise on here who's emailed me? Yeah, 5 minutes till the close, Euro close. Are they good, JD? Monthly sub. Roger that. I don't see why I need to do something, but we'll see. We'll see what they're interested in doing. Still feels like it wants upside. It's dangerous how this is operating right now. Oh, Corey, just seen Project X frozen again. No, this is why I don't use that stuff, man. Mind you, Ninja did freeze on me yesterday. I have never traded prop firm. I've only traded on Think or Swim. When I go on Apex or TPT, they ask about trading on TradingView or Tradeify, NinjaTrader Rhythmic, or CQG. I don't know what to choose. Do the it should be all one. So if you do Tradeify CQG, that should be one option. It should all be one option. Do that, and then you have the choice then of whether you can use that on so many more platforms than if you do Rhythmic. Right. So I would do the Tradeify CQG one, because you can use that in NinjaTrader, you can use that on TradingView, you can use that on Quant Tower, I think, as well. And then once you get comfortable, it's going to be easier. I think I've just used a few free ones. I'm not really sure because I was just playing around before with some indicators. All right, thanks, JD. Yeah, I'll check them out. They've asked to work with me. Yeah, exactly. That's it. And they probably know that as well, so they probably want to do a deal on it. But the flow zone indicators for students. Otherwise, I'm giving away edge for someone else's monthly subscription. That's the problem. But I could make them something else. All right, I'm going to use the bathroom here, folks. Be right back. All right. What's changed? Absolutely nothing. Yeah, DK, I can send you. I've done a Ninja Trader video on YouTube on setting up. We can all help you do it in Discord. All right, Euro close. Back to POC. Remember, VWAP's underneath. If they're going to stay heavy, there are some rotations back down to here. Would be interesting if they do that. Maybe they do it now. ES coming back towards VWAP. SPY already there. Q's coming back into it, still protecting it. Still finding bids in and around here. Still not swept any of this though, but this did sweep this sweeps this. Still iffy for me. Email sent. Yeah, nice one, man. Everyone else still got Corey saying Project X is frozen. So it's still frozen for everyone. What a bummer that is. Or have they fixed it now? There you go, Michael. Just replied to you. Hey, Steve, I've just seen your email. Yeah, happy to do that. I don't know how how you want to communicate or what I can offer for you there. Do you want me to give you someone's like Discord or so you can chat to them that way? Whatever you need, buddy. I'm sure any student would be happy to talk to you. Did we sweep? We still didn't sweep 43s. That was, or did we? Hang on. No, we didn't. That is naughty. Yeah, no worries. Let me talk to some students and see who would be open to talking with you and stuff. But yeah, I can get that done. Soon as we get off stream, I'll try and sort it. So maybe they're coming sweep for here and into this New York VWAP. If we fail that, we might come and take these participants out here. And value area low is at 23s right now. Yeah, as soon as I get off stream, I'll try and sort that for you. I tell you what you could do that would maybe help is send me your Discord name, like username, so one of the students can hit you up. So it looks like we want to sweep that level. It's a battle here. ES is coming into VWAP. By, let me just put ETH back on. Under VWAPs now. Q's under VWAPs now. There's the sweep finally. Finally sweeping. God, they took their time to do that today. Okay, so value on this day's session into 23s. If we're going to fail deeper, remember, we can come all the way down here. This would still be an RBS. We talked about this. This level here would be key. If they start failing heavy under here, we probably come and check down here because this was the breakout point. If we think about that, all we've done is break out. We can offer a pullback into and around here. Now, we might not need to go that far. It really depends whether they want to do just like a fib. Oh my God, you're going to let me draw today? Back down into here, or if they want to come deeper into the 61 and RBS. So lots of reasons down here to be thinking more about longs. Finally, these shorts have taken control of this top level. Like we've talked about, we've taken out the low-hanging fruit. Yes, Coop, I love it. Back on the horse, making money. There you go, buddy. Love it. Nice work, bud. There is liquidity down below here. You can see it on the book. 25s, 20s, 15s, 10s. And that is the edge of current value. Current value. Sorry. Did they hold this as well? Zoom in. Oh, so dirty. So dirty how they're doing this. All right, back to V1. They should really come and take this out. They've built liquidity there now at 26s. Value on the day under 23s and under. They should do one more swipe lower here before they think about anything else, but maybe not. Given how they're playing, maybe not. Are they going to do it? 25.75 is basically the stop run. And then VWAP just below that. So if you're still in this short, you'd be watching this for a breakdown under 25s and you want it to stay heavy. What you don't want is a dunk under 25 and an instant reclaim. There's the sweep that we just talked about. You do not want to see this instantly reclaim. If this instantly reclaims, do not be hanging on to your runners, right? Because they can just go from edge to edge. But IB to VWAP has played out. It has finally played out. If they stay heavy under VWAPs, we come all the way back down here for an RBS check. If. It's a big if right now. If they stay heavy under VWAPs. ES is coming into that RBS zone right now. It's not too far away. I would say that zone is kind of at sort of 40s. It's got lower time frame algo just above it. So it's trying to get into 40s right now. Yep, VIX squeezing back above PDL. Good eyes there. Like free account set up on Apex, ready for next week. Awesome way to finish the week. Safe travels, Alex. Thank you, bud. Thank you very much. Thanks for turning up. Thanks everyone for turning up, supporting the stream. I've got one more question, like big question for you. You see the stream that you're watching at the moment. You see how the background's like moving and it's blue and all looks fancy. Do we just get rid of that and just make the actual content as big as possible rather than the borders? Because I look at it and I'm like, yeah, it might look fancy, but it feels a bit like a waste of space. Do we just get rid of it and stretch everything out and give you as a bigger screen as possible to see like bookmap and trading view and stuff. Bigger content. Yeah, I think so. The guy that does my stuff's like, no, this is how they all do it. And I'm like, I don't really feel the need to do it that way. Yeah. Bigger is better. Yeah, I think we do that. I might not get a chance to do it for next week, but when I'm back, I think we do that. All right, ES feels like it wants that RBS zone. It's coming into that lower time frame algo. Let me check the spiders. That pre-market high on the spiders is coming up. 34s. There you go. So flushing into it now. So spiders coming in towards those areas. Oh man, I just got absolutely stung on my 40th birthday. I booked a house for like 10 of us in Mexico. I didn't do enough due diligence, and there's like a Zika virus and dengue and all this stuff, so I've had to cancel it. They said they'd move the dates for me to November. They're not moving the dates. They tried to screw me on price and add like 1,500 extra, so I've just had to cancel it on Airbnb. And just basically my birthday present to myself right now is losing today's winnings, let's call it that, to Airbnb. Ugh, what a stinger. What a stinger to lose, you know? Bouncing off you up. So your rotation got completed there. Does anchor view up from yesterday's open matter? It might do. I've not looked at it today. I'd be more interested in the anchor off yesterday's lows, probably, where we pivoted from. Feels like something that might be more prominent because that's where buyers took control, right? So I would say, was that the low yesterday? No, that's today. Jeez, man, this move. So this is almost more important down here. Yeah, VIX coming back up to that 1620 is where we broke down from this morning. Take care, Aga. which I gave Alex my Discord name if interested in chatting with me. Yeah, no worries. Let me do that now for you, Richard. I just sent it to you, buddy. I actually want this to come down here at this point, as I don't want to trade the edge of this. If I'm going to think about any other trades today, which I'm probably not, I sort of actually want it to come and do an RBS test. SPY's getting very close to doing it. Lower time frame algo being tapped in the spiders. Kind of want this to sweep lower at this point before going back up if I'm going to be thinking about taking anything else. But it is holding VWAP, but I kind of want it to go and test that RBS. Would be like the nicer move right now rather than just straight off value area low. But a little dunk down here in a reclaim would be really nice. Let me just restart. This has got confused. Yeah, VIX just rejected in front of that 1620s. ES didn't quite make RBS. Like everything's just like a tick or two or a point or two short. Yeah, we're just a tiny bit short. Like this is the RBS for us. We've probably done like a 50 or 60% retracement. Like if we go from like low of day, let me draw a fib. Of course, you're not. No. Here we go. 50% retracement. There you go. So 50% retracement from the low of day. Back upside. You can see sellers on the book here trying to absorb it into 50s. They're trying to come in and absorb it right now. So I'd say a hold of 30s now could start triggering a squeeze. We're just dancing between these levels at this point now. I'm going to get rid of this. It's less important at this point. We've traded over and under it. This is the edge. If we start reclaiming this, 1, 2 can start causing a bigger squeeze. All right, 1 leg, 2 leg, they can start causing a bigger squeeze. The ideal area would have been down here. ES came just shy. If you look at this, ES came much closer to it. All right, this is your RBS zone. Big push up, got very, very close to trading into here, which would have been a really nice setup. But of course, we can't give really nice setups. We can't give A+ setups today. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, second leg feels like it's over, doesn't it? This feels like, hey, let's just fly. Let's have a look at a little readout of the mag. Tesla 3% up, Nvidia 1.12% up, Microsoft basically flat, Meta 0.20% up, Google 2.73% up, Apple 2.23% up, Amazon 0.22% down. SPY trading into its VWAP right now. ES has already reclaimed the VWAP. QQQ has already reclaimed its VWAP. Two leg has potentially finished here without setting a trap, and we might be going higher at this point. Really, you cannot be long here. It is a shame that they reclaim this so quickly. A little dunk down, this little lower low, and then a reclaim again would have been nicer. But this market does not want to do like the nicest possible thing right now. It wants to make it tricky. It does not want to do everything we want. These are big areas around here. So can they produce a higher low here to go back upside? How long we got to lunch? Not very long, actually. God, that day's felt like it's flown for me. And really, I haven't been trading for the last 90 minutes. Do they produce a higher low here or not? That's the question. Lower time frame, do they produce a higher low here? Do they pull back and hold this low that they've put in so far, or are they going to go and test RBS? If they pull back and hold, then I think we're going to go back for highs. Watching SPY into VWAP, that seems to be slightly key here. Cannot get a close above it yet on a 5 minute. There's a reattempt again on the spiders, right at VWAP again. Microsoft trying to go red to green here. It was that they're trying to build that inverted head and shoulder without coming down deep enough really to let people in where they want. Again, those that bought value area low got paid. And got paid pretty quick. No return back in for a higher low yet. I mean, that maybe, but it's nothing. They are setting this squeeze now. 2 legs finished. Here we go. So return to VWAP, VWAP to IB potentially, and then new high of day, I would say. This has probably trapped enough shorts in that we can get a breakout. That would be what I would imagine at this point. It's probably trapped enough shorts in to get some form of breakout. SPY through the VWAPs. So if they reclaim and hold any of these areas, I think we come and wash out 81. Those stops there will allow us to get to 90. We run those stops. We go and run 703s. If we get expansion, we're going 750. If they get acceptance above here, we're going 750. Big ifs. But here you go. The cheap buys. Undervalue area low. On the VWAP, 50% fib. That 50% is from here to here. 2 leg, 50% pullback. If they reclaim this, we are going up here. We can think about what that would look like as a measured move as well. We've got all the confluence in the world right now to try and get up into those 750s, right? All the confluence in the world to attempt to do that for a measured move. Just depends if they want to do it today or they save it for next week. I certainly wouldn't want to be short over the weekend, which means what? If you are a bear coming into the close today, what are you going to do? Here we go. Squeezy McSqueezerson. Through PDH, are watching the IB. If we break IB, we just went over it. If we take this liquidity here, we should have enough juice. If we take 80, we should have enough juice to get to 700s. If we get through 700s, we are looking for 750s. Remember, if we get through 700s, we're looking 750s. McLovely, yeah. McLovely. Looks good, man. Looks really good. The lower time frame algo on ES was absolutely clutch. Here we go. Squeezy McSqueezerson. Initial balance coming up. Have we got any players on this book above us? All we have, we've got liquidity to aim for. We've got that 356 lot up at 720 still. He's still up there at 720. So we're looking for a break of 80. What's these equal highs? 82s or something? A break of 82s should cause a new trip on the squeeze on the shorts. Hasn't really pulled back since we did that move off VWAP yet. And you got lunch coming in 3 minutes. So I'll stay with you a little tiny bit through lunch, but not much. Come on, market. Come on, market. Get your ass up there. Old value area high here. You need to get acceptance over initial balance and value area high. So if you got long here, if you were one of the people that got long or here on the reclaim, you are partial out here and you're looking to see if we can base above and get acceptance for this move up here. We have a seller at 720. The measured move for this two-leg pullback is an extension into 750. Okay. The measured move for this pullback will be an extension into 750. If they do it, they don't have to do it today. I'm just saying what's available. We've had the low-hanging fruit trades already. I think the pullback has definitely finished. We rebalanced on an H1 and M30, and we found bids. If you look at it on a higher time frame right now, that M30 and H1 rebalanced and found bids. All right, sorry folks, had to reply to a text about that Mexico holiday where I'm getting absolutely done in. So all these stops here, you can see them right here at that value area high. All right, if we pop that, then I think we get a squeeze through. Lots of you starting to leave into lunch now. Yeah, new hourly bar here. Take care, everybody. Have a fantastic weekend, those of you who are leaving now. I'm going to sit here for another maybe 5-10 minutes. See what this market wants to do. I still think we're going to try and go higher here and fill these sellers that are up at 700 and 720s. It's just whether they need to pull back first because we've been pretty vertical in this move. Yeah, I agree. I think it wants to come and take these participants out. So we have like a 2-leg here. And what do we get after a 2-leg finishes? All right, if we get anything like this or anything like this is like head and shoulders or a quasi or however you want to call it. But this is the 2-leg fit. There we go. There's the break. Thank you. Can we get some continuation now through the initial balance back to the highs? I want to see us get up to 700 and 720s. Is what I'm looking to see this market do. Just want to see it base now. Base and squeeze and base and squeeze. Beautiful. Here we go. Seller here, 700, 720, 725. Anyone above him? A little bit of 750. Remember, ultimate target today is to get up to those 750s. That will be a measured move. So 90s here. Getting that buy signal firing right now as well. Just want a face ripper into lunch, straight upside. I don't even want to see a pullback at this point. Just melt their faces off. ES coming back up to its initial balance as well, folks. Here we go. Watching this 700s, player at 700s. You can see him, 71 lot on the book here. Let's see if we can just rip through him. Even better if he just lifts and just lets it through. Here we go. Tapping in towards him now. Come on, let's just go and put a face ripper on all the way to 750. Let's just do one massive candle to 750. It won't happen because we've got to get 720s out of the way first. But one can hope, eh? Those were the days. So you can take a partial hit at 700 and then you're looking 720s and 750s, right? Come on. Go take him out. Stop pulling back. Just go upside at this point. There's no point pulling back at this point. Just straight up shoot. Straight up shoot. Go, 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 go. Squeeze them, please. All these shorts saying we're going to new lows. Go and take their faces off. You've done the damage yesterday. What are you guys saying? Friday afternoon, John Wickwick. John Wickwick. I quite like that. John Wickwick. I'm happy that I'm green, but these are the plays that I need to learn how to hold. That 5-minute looks so beautiful after the VWAP rejection. Yeah, I mean, there was lots of confluence here. I would have actually liked it to come deeper, but what do we look for in a higher time frame pullback? Lower time frame 2-leg. All right, so number one. What do we look for? Initial balance, IB to VWAP. All right, so it's completed its move number 2. What do we have here? Value area low, so cheap trade. Another reason to get long. The only other thing would have been to come down here or do a little trap. This the only thing that would have made it A plus was if this here had done that. I would have really liked it. But once we see this momentum come in, start to see it reclaim, start to build this, rebuilding. Where are we going for? Where are all the shorts? Where are the people who weren't sensible enough, like Coop, to know that when you're short here, you are taking profits into here, right? They don't understand, so they take a short down here, looking for a meltdown. Doesn't give it to them. Now we take the other side out, right? So what do we talk about all the time? The way I trade. Who's trapped? How are they trapped? Shorts are trapped. Where are they trapped? Where's their pain point? Where do we go if we take their pain point? We probably get an expansive move. If we're lucky, if we're very lucky, up here. It doesn't have to. It might hold that for next week. It can also do this today and hold that move for next week. But it's been quite a nice market today, I would say. It's like been pretty decent. Pretty decent. What's up, Bella? We did a giveaway about an hour ago. Exactly. 50% pullback. Exactly. If you go from lower day in the New York session to the higher day up here, it was a 50% pullback. There was lots. There was every single reason. Here you go. Opening range low to the highs. Hello, Mr. Fib. Are you working? To the highs. We did this about half an hour ago. There's your 50% retracement. There's your 2-leg. There's the engulfing. There's your VWAP. There's your value area low. There's every reason to be thinking about how can I get long in here. Like I said, the only other thing I would have looked for is if they set a trap first. Would have been really nice. Just a little excess low and turn. But there's obviously too many shorts chasing in that they didn't need to. All right, so now you'd be watching a pullback into these levels for expansion. But you don't really want to get long at the highs, ideally. Took the 640 to 695 for 2,800. 640s. VWAP reclaim. Nice. Nice. Very nice move. Very, very nice move. Well done, Raf. Still holding initial balance here. ES is still to get through it, right? So ES is still trying to get through its initial balance at this point. You are into lunch. Your low-hanging fruits have gone. You're really now, like, if you're already in this long, you're holding for runners trying to see, can you get through high of day for a move to 750? All right, 750 is the measured move. It's like, it's where it wants to go. It's just whether it's got enough juice in it to do it today. Like you can see on the book above, you've got 700, 720, 725. There's a little player at 750, right? It is the measured move. If we think about the 2-leg pullback, it is the measured move. It's a 161 or 1.5 fib, right? From here, we just did it. Those who missed it, from here to here, that's your pullback leg. That is the measured move. There's lots of reasons for it to go there. It doesn't have to do it today. But there's lots of reasons for it to go there. It's also the edge of supply. All right, so this is where we started the breakdown. Here, this is where buyers got trapped. All right, so we're trying to return in to see if those buyers are still trapped. Once we get there, no new longs. There is definitely no new longs up there. First green week ever for me. Can't ask for more. Hey, Miguel. Everyone give Miguel a hand of applause. That's got to feel good. First ever green week. All right. And how did you get there, Miguel? Probably by sticking to your rules. Right? Probably got there by sticking to your rules, not trying to do too much. Proud of you, mate. I don't remember when you started trading with me, but you've come on leaps and bounds. Your markups are really good. You understand what you're doing. You know what you're looking for. You're starting to see the traps. It's all starting to come together. And an extra good week because it was your daughter's birthday, right? As well, 17. It's a double good week, double news for celebration. Proud of you, buddy. Really well done. Nice work. Nice work. All right, ES still stuck at the IB high, but it still feels like it wants expansion. Look at the VIX, absolutely melting. All right, rejected in front of that 1620, 1618, melted. Did a two-leg pullback, failed. New lows, 1563. VIX is getting wrecked. Yeah, exactly, Coop. All right, coming into what? Potential RBS. It can drift deeper, but this is the resistance point where the shorts start getting squeezed. So we've held it once, twice. If we keep holding it, we will keep squeezing. If they want to come deeper, they can afford to come deeper. But if they keep holding old value area high, initial balance high, RBS level, and they keep trying to short in here, and they don't get their breakdown, if shorts don't get their breakdown, they will not get their out. But you are into lunch, right? Volume will start to dry up. It's probably starting to taper off. You can see, yeah, big time taper off. All right, big volume here. That was your indication that bull's taking control, tapering off a little bit here into lunch. I don't mind sitting here with you a bit longer, guys, if you want me to, but I've got to get some food. So if you give me a minute, I'll go and grab some food. And then I don't mind sitting a little bit longer. All right, just give me a minute. And Miguel saying, been working on his execution. Nice work. Quite right, Coop. Yeah, location and momentum. Two most important things in trading. In anything. All the time. Still seeing absorption down here. Look at the volume being built up. They're protecting this now. Bulls are just looking for an expansion higher. It's just how many shorts are trapped. If enough shorts are trapped, they get the move. All of the MAG is green other than Amazon. Overall on the MAG, as an average, we're 1% up, basically. Apple, 2.88% up. I'm up over $23 a share right now. Let's go. Nice, Bodum. I'm back, baby. I had a nightmare here, Bodum, so my MLS team is LAFC, not Galaxy. I love going to the stadium I love the supporters. I love the kit. I love the stadium. I love everything about it. What did they do this week? They signed Song. And everyone here is like, yeah, we've got Song. Mate, I am Arsenal till I die. I won't be going to that stadium for the next 2 years while he's there. No chance, mates. Signing Spurs muck to replace Giroud. Get out of it. No chance. Only a Brit will understand what I've just been talking about, but oh my God, fuming. Fuming. All right, holding flow zones, holding IB. Are they going to set a squeeze? It's not a great buying location here, but the momentum is just trying to go up, 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 up. Not a good buying location. You're into lunch, but it's trying to squeeze up. Yeah, exactly, Bowden. I went to post that, and I thought I don't want to upset my LA friends. What do we think of Tottenham? They wouldn't even understand. Oh my God, we got Song. He's like so amazing. Scum. He won't win the cup for them. Are you joking? He's Tottenham. They don't win anything ever. No chance. First they did it with Bale. Now they've done it with Song. All right, here goes the squeeze. This is what we're talking about. I'm in small size because the location's terrible, but I am in small size here. How much more? Can we get through to 700s? I just want to rip through 700s to 720s. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get through 700s. Come on. No stop start. Just get through it. Get through it. All right, take a little partial. There we go. Sunshine. That's what I want to see. Right, let's go 720s now. Make sure you're paying yourself on that move. That's the squeeze. That's them getting hurt. What a nice trading day. Not bad. Like, yesterday was tough, but 4 out of 5 for the week of like good trading days where it trades, correctly. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Yeah, exactly, Raf. Thank goodness. Did anyone watch South Park? I watched the episode 2 last night. I actually I don't feel sorry for people. Let's get that wrong. Take that out of it. But what I would say, I am impartial. I am a South Park fan. Yes, they're attacking Donald. The addition of JD Vance in it is amazing. But why didn't they do it to the Dems as well? I was thinking about it last night. Like, they had so many chances to put Biden in it, like as a dribbling old man not able to speak. They didn't do any of that. Like, they should just rip it out of everyone. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's hilarious, but I do think they should. If we're going to be like that, we need to do it on everyone. Yeah, great day, Coop. Yeah, fantastic. All right, back to Origin. Big seller there came in. 51 lot trying to absorb. Can still go higher, but you have to manage your risk here. Remember, you should be taking partials on pushes because we're at high of day. This is not a good location to buy. This is a good location to buy. This is not a good location to buy. So if you're buying this, that's fine. Manage your risk. Do not buy it with the same kind of size you buy down here or you buy down on the moves up. Be very careful. I still think it wants to go 720 and 750. Look above me on the tape. Look at this player at 720. They want to fill him, but you're in lunch. Just be careful, okay? Just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Manage your risk accordingly. Yeah, JD was too good. Yeah, it was funny. Even Hartman looking like, what's his name? Charlie, like the Republican podcaster guy. Once he changed his hair, I was in pieces. I also had a gummy last night, so I found it extra funny. Kirk, that's it. So good. So good. So funny. All right, no acceptance over previous week value area high here, folks. So that means last week we had no acceptance above it. So far this week, I mean, we're into Friday, not too long left, but so far we've got no acceptance above it. So till we get acceptance above this, you need to be taking partials. Oh, yeah. Reminder for everyone in Discord from Coop. Don't forget that we are trading chat tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. If I don't see you there, I'll see you in Discord next week. Have a great weekend, Flow Zone. Take care, Coop. Yeah, for those in Discord, Coop's doing his weekly meeting tomorrow at 8:30. 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Don't miss it. Lots of you missed it last time. Don't miss it. He's giving you valuable lessons, putting the time in to help you guys. Don't miss it. Make sure you're there. Turn up. It's just a quick meeting on a Saturday morning. Zach says, okay, I had an amazing day with that last trade. I'm going to close shop and go play with the kiddos. Have an awesome weekend, everyone. Yeah, have a great day, Zach. Congrats. Glad it went well for you. I think I'm done as well, folks. Even though I think this is going to keep going, I just think shorts are absolutely cooked in this market. And that's what yesterday was all about. Just so we can review it one more time. Yesterday, set the trap for these moves. This was the most manipulated day I think I've been a part of for as long as I can remember. If you don't understand why, just tell yourself, what day looks like this? I don't think I've ever seen a day look like this. This is controlled selling, all right? Not panic selling, not normal selling, which might look like this, all right? Not panic selling, which might look like this, right? Controlled selling. Very controlled selling. What is a controlled selling pattern? It is a bullish pattern, right? It is them coming back to a level of interest, which is an RBS. They control it all the way down. They encourage shorts to go, hey, we're going to go for new lows. We're going all the way down here. Everyone piling short. No, that is not what's going to happen. What's going to happen is they're going to trap you and absolutely hurt you. And that's what they did. And look how long it took them to do this move. Basically from 10 o'clock, right, until 2:30. 4 hours, 20 minutes. And then in that space, they went, fuck you, right? An absolute max pain, which is why today we were looking for more max pain to come and take out this level here. Now we've just undone all of yesterday, all right? And we've got their stops in to get up here now. Very, very similar to what I went over in the podcast this week. Right, in the podcast on Benzinga this week. Very, very similar principles of track participants in the market. So it's worth going and watching that if you haven't already. It's actually on my YouTube channel now. I've put a little press and podcast. I think next week I'm on ASFX TV. Hopefully I'll be around to promote it. All right, that's me done, folks. Great day. Beautiful day. I'll see you Monday. I will be trading Monday, Tuesday. Okay, I will be here with you Monday, Tuesday. I will not be here Wednesday for sure. I will not be on stream or Discord because I will be in the air. Thursday, I will do my best to at least be on Discord. Okay, no guarantees about stream, but at least be on Discord. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I've got the wedding. Sunday, I've got a wedding. Monday, I'll see if I can get on Discord definitely try and get on stream Tuesday. I'm flying back, so I won't be there. Wednesday, hopefully, be back online again. All right. All right, everyone. Big love. I'm going to leave you with one last thought. Don't guess tops. Please, please, please don't be guessing tops in this market. You don't need to be a hero. All right. Those of you who are smart today took the initial balance failure on the retest for this move. Or maybe you took it here, partial, wait for the breakdown, add, partial, partial. No one should be guessing a top here. No one should be guessing a top here. We're multi-time frame bullish right now. It's telling you here we're basing above initial balance. We're basing above RBS. It wants to go higher. Do not be guessing a top. Just because you didn't get long down here or long down here does not mean you go the other way looking for this, because it's you that will get hurt. All right. That's all I'm going to leave you with. I'll think about a video I can do this weekend. I haven't planned one for this weekend, but we'll have a think. Peace and love, everyone. Have a great day. Use hard stops. Don't be chasing all the usual stuff. Base hit, base hit, base hit. See you Monday morning. Take care.